Hi, my name is Brandon Goldsmith, and I am an investor-friendly realtor, multifamily broker, and multifamily investor here in Columbus, Ohio. Today, I am here to talk about what the term house hacking means. This is how I got my start in real estate investing. It was the first property I ever purchased back in 2022. I purchased a 2-bedroom, 1-bath duplex in the neighborhood of Clintonville on the north side of Columbus, Ohio. It needed some work, but this is the story of how I got started in real estate investing by buying my first duplex. So what is house hacking? House hacking is going to be often a term where it references to purchasing a home. It's going to be either a single family home, 1 to 4 units in general, where you live in either 1 bedroom or one of the units and rent out the rest. So in my case, I bought a duplex and lived in 1 unit. So my mortgage was $1,750 and I rented out the other half for about $1,200. So I had about a $550 difference to come up with. So I then had a roommate move into the other bedroom, and now my difference is only $50. So that's how I went from paying rent to living for $50 a month. And then when I move out, I'll go ahead and rent my side out for about $1,200 to $1,300 and start cash flowing about $500 to $600 a month instead. What type of property can you house hack? So when you are house hacking, it's going to be 1 to 4 units. That's because you're going to either be able to get an owner occupant, FHA, or conventional mortgage on this property. The cutoff is 4 because then after that, it is considered commercial real estate. So if you are house hacking a single family home, you're going to be living in 1 bedroom and renting out the other bedrooms to either roommates or friends. And then if you live in a multifamily home, a duplex, a triplex, or a quad, you're gonna be living in 1 unit and renting out the other 1, 2, or 3 units of the property and lowering the overall cost. So there is another type where possibly you do occupy the property for the majority of the year and maybe you travel a lot. So you buy something that is able to be Airbnb. So maybe you stay in it for a while and then when you're gone, it comes as a fully furnished rental and you're able to make income that way. I've seen this strategy done before with people who often travel and spend the majority of the year in their home, but are able to use it on Airbnb or some type of other vacation rental platform to be able to bring in some extra income. Single family homes where you can turn that into a possible rental or an Airbnb. There's all kinds of creative ways you can do this, possibly finishing the basement and making it a livable space for someone else. There's multiple different options getting started in house hacking. So those are just a few to consider when doing it. I would weigh out all options when getting started, but these are just a few of those.
One of the main benefits to house hacking is going to be the low down payment or money out of pocket required to get started in real estate investing. If you were to purchase a $200,000 duplex using a regular conventional loan, you're going to be required to bring 25% of that as a down payment. So you're going to need $50,000 to get started, as opposed to a 3 to 5% down payment if you were to own or occupy that property. That'd be 3 to 5% on a conventional note and 3.5% on an FHA note. This is a huge difference, about a $35,000 to $40,000 difference that's still in your pocket that you can use to just scale faster or use for other repairs within the property, and just leaves you with more options at the end of the day.
Pros and cons. We've already mentioned a lot of the pros in house hacking. It can't be without said that there are risks always when buying real estate, and just want to clarify a few of those. So things can go wrong as far as, you may need a property that needs a lot of repairs, or some things do come up. When I first moved in, within 4 months of me living there, I had lead pipes that burst, which led me to have to rip out my entire kitchen and my bathroom because my unit flooded completely. So I was able to get an insurance claim on that, but that might not always be the case. So make sure you have reserves just in case these things happen. But if you buy a property that needs work, just know what you're getting into price-wise, and consult with contractors on when things may be fixed. This will be a good opportunity though for do-it-yourself projects or DIY, things around the house, and a little bit of entry to learn the construction side of things while working on your own property, improving it. So vacancy could be a thing as well. Make sure you're marketing your property correctly, and so that you don't have units that are sitting empty when you first house hack and you were expecting to only pay a difference or a small amount of the mortgage, and now you're paying the full thing for a few months. There's Zillow, there's apartment.com, there's also Facebook groups that you can advertise on. So make sure you're doing a good job and setting expectations on realistic rent, checking the rental comps in the area, and you're not overpricing your rental units because it can sit vacant for a while. Also make sure it's in good condition. If it's at a fair market rent and it's not in the best condition or it still needs some fixes, you're probably either gonna have to lower the rent or fix up the property to the degree that it needs to be in order to get the rent. Tenant management and becoming a landlord is a whole nother thing as well. Make sure you set up software to collect rent and establish a lease and get a signed lease with all protections covering you while you're leasing out this unit. There is going to be different items that come up as being now a property manager. So make sure you're just keeping in account for these things, and you're gonna learn along the way, just because as anything, this is going to be new. As I learned, there are things that come up, issues that you do have to take care of. You have new responsibilities now managing property. Weather is also going to be a factor in owning properties, and make sure, and this is often something that is learned the hard way, make sure to leave the heat on so pipes don't burst or any other related issues that might come up from weather-related conditions in your area. So at the end of the day, if you are trying to be a homeowner or get started in real estate investing as a landlord, house hacking is going to be the easiest way, in my opinion, to get started. There are a lot of benefits, there are some cons, but it is the knowledge piece that I think is the most important. It's the easiest way to start out for the lowest money out of pocket in order to learn the game of real estate investing and basically learn along the way. So, thank you for listening. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any more questions about real estate investing, especially in Ohio, or about multifamily investing, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.